Okay. Hey guys, Mirkwood, Darla, Mitzi. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Peggy, Molly, Trisha, Linda. Let's see, Tori. Trying to catch everybody. So good morning, everybody. Pamela. Give it a few minutes for everybody to get in. I always come on a little early to say good morning. Get my voice rolling. So yeah, how y'all doing? Ashley, happy Moogle Monday. Let me get my Moogle. Let me get my little Moogle. Where is Moogle? No, I'm right here. It is. I have a little thing where I'm where all my little sticks are. The camel, the astronaut. So my Moogle. I have them all stuck in the same place. Hi, Diana. Thank you. Barb. Megan. Hi, Janet. How you doing? So, hope everybody's doing well. Had a good weekend. Denise and I drove to Florida to get Boo settled in her new apartment for college. So, we drove most of the weekend. Let's see. Anne. Let's see. So I thought we would I got something on my glasses. There it is. It's something. Let me clean my glasses. I have a spot on my glasses. Get that off. I thought we would just maybe do some collage practice and ideas, showing you just some different combinations and things like that. Maybe I'll show one sample from a altered book, starting from a blank page, a couple art cards, just different things with the collage. Let's see, Julie. So what'd y'all do this weekend? Janet, is your neighborhood back to normal? Or is it still jam-packed with all the weekenders? Hi, Rachel. Hi, Tina. Good morning, and thanks for welcoming so many people, Tina. Thank you. Let's see. Probably missing some people. Hey, Rachel. Did I already say hi to you? Sorry. Jane. Julie G. So let's see. Julie took an online class. I don't know who Elizabeth. What was it? Elizabeth Craft. Elizabeth Craft. I don't know who Elizabeth Craft is. What was the topic? What kind of class was it? Janet. Oh my goodness. Good, Jane. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll be doing a lot of painting and stuff like that. We'll see. I kind of just want to talk about using different combinations, playing around. I got another journal that's got some things in it too. Sorry, guys. Got to get that voice going. Hi, Becky Kalura. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Juanita She Spins. So, just thought I would check on y'all. Jane, I don't know if I saw Jane's latest page. I don't know if I saw a latest page of Jane's. Like I said, Denise and I were gone all weekend. Well, a lot, two days. We were on the road to Florida and back. So yeah, I did post a Catterday, and I did post a book that I started reading yesterday. Maybe I should go grab that too. I'll show y'all that. Hang on. Okay. So I'll show that. And I did make a note to set out the set the crock pot back out. We had a roast yesterday. I got to set the crock pot out about 10:30 so it you know, so I can cook Hupster his lunch or heat up the leftover crock pot. Let's see. Yeah, it was a cute. Hi, Tina. Yeah, thanks for welcoming everybody too, Tina. It was a cute Catterday picture, wasn't it? Let me show y'all. Let's see. So here, here it is. So this was Catterday on Saturday. Oliver sleeping. Now I'm going to be honest. I threw that blanket over him. He didn't. He'll crawl in like warm laundry towels, but I just threw that blanket over him. He was laying on these other blankets, but I just threw that one over him because I thought it would be a cute picture, and it was. Um, aw. Well, I haven't missed any days. I haven't missed any days. What you mean this morning, Julia? You couldn't find me? Oh, I've been here. Hi, Donna. Good to see you again. Yeah, it was Oliver. It's hard to tell. They look so much alike. Let's see. Now, what was I going to do? Oh, look up Jane. I was going to look up Jane. So I might have missed something she posted. Oh my gosh. No, I did like that. Is this what you were talking about, Trisha? Jane's doing those who is it that started this? What do you call it? Recombining faces like that. I forget. I can't think of her name right now. Tisha Moore. Zetiology, Tisha Moore, where you recombine all kinds of faces. Yeah, I did see that, Trisha. uh, Let's see. Hey, Julie Topaz. Happy Marvelous Monday to you too. Yeah, no, we were just in Florida. We went to Tallahassee. Um, took Boo out to buy her a bunch of stuff for her apartment. We took a whole truckload. We took Hubster's truck. I know he's probably worried about it. No, I'm sure he cared about us too, but So we took his blazer to Florida and full of booze stuff. And then we got her kind of settled in, did a little bit of decorating, in her apartment. Her new roommates haven't moved in yet. There'll be four of them in the apartment. They each have their own bedroom and their own bath. They each have their own bedroom and their own bath. So, and then they share the living area and the kitchen area is all like one big room. So, yeah, it's not nothing really fancy. It's college. So let's see. What else? Who else am I missing? Patio. Yeah, yeah. Well, until she gets her roommates, in a couple of weeks, but she wanted to get down there early. She wanted to make sure she got her a job and did everything, get all set up, not have to, hustle at the last minute before classes started. So, yeah, Denise and I drove down there. It was real nice. We enjoyed each other's company. I had so much fun with her. And I'd like to ask y'all to keep my mom in your prayers. She's needs your prayers. My mom needs your prayers. So if y'all are a prayer person, keep my mom in your prayers for her. And let's see what else. I'm trying to think of what else is going on. That's pretty much all. That's taken up most of my last couple of weeks. Getting Boo moved down there, getting all her stuff together, shopping for her, getting Denise to get it down here so we can put it in the truck to take it to Florida. And then of course, my mom too. Thanks, Pacola. Thank you so much. Thank you. And good morning, Pacola. Yeah. Well, she's always been a real go-getter, Kalora. She's always had she's got part-time jobs in high school. She's already got a year of college behind her. While she was in high school, she took college classes. So she's already got a year of almost, I think almost a year, if not a full year of college already behind her. Um, so because she did double classes while she was a senior. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Julie Topaz. Thank you so much. And good morning, by the way. How you doing? Oh, thanks, Rachel. I appreciate that. Thank you. Her name is Donna. Everybody knows mom's name is Donna. Yeah. Mom's name is Donna. So thank you so much, Rachel. Um, thank you, Julie. Artful Tori. Thank you, Linda, for all the prayers. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Becky. Your son did that too, Becky? Got a here college behind him in high school? Yeah. Yeah. She is. She is. She is smart, Tina. And I mean, yeah, she's pretty smart. But she works at it too. She does work at it. So, hi, Megan. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for all the prayers for my mom. I appreciate that so much. Oh, here comes the kitties bringing me toys. You want to come up here and say good morning? Come on. You want to come up here and say good morning? Come on, Malibu. Come on. Come on. Come on. You want to come up here and say good morning? Or are you just going to roam around my feet? Circle my feet. Hi, Arlene. Hi, Maseki. So if y'all are just new here, all right, come up here and say good morning. Here you go. Come on, say good morning to everybody. Of course, you can see my name right there, Dee Willingham. But I come on about 30 minutes early to say good morning to everybody. And it's a chat show. Just give y'all a warning. Whoever does it might be new here. It's a chat show. We do a lot of chatting. So, just saying, don't email me. Oh, let's see. Thanks, guys, for all your prayers. I appreciate it. So I thought we would I cut out quite a few things and had a lot of this already cut out, but I cut out a lot of things here to just like kind of recombine, show you different ideas. I have some backgrounds over here so we can play with that. I just kind of want to yeah, Tina. I just want to put some different ideas out there for collage. I don't think I'm going to do a full-on collage today and paint it and all that. I'll probably show you a couple of my ways of doing collage. Okay, baby, can't knock over Mama's cord. Thank you for saying good morning. Thank you. I'll show you a few, and most of y'all have seen, of course, the different ways to do collage. But you can work and alter a book. You can start from scratch. You can make postcards, art cards. You can do, start with the background, like a calendar page, or one of like this. This is out of Catherine Anderson's book. So a lot of y'all know Catherine Anderson. I've got a couple other books to show you where I've cut things out. I don't have the covers to Catherine Anderson's books because I've got probably 5 or 6 of them, and I've taken them all apart. But she's got doors, portals, background. Catherine Anderson has tons of collage. And I know probably Picola's already but Catherine Anderson has tons of collage books that she takes her photographs and puts them in books and for you to use in collage. Yeah, Ashley Catbutt Collage. Let's see. I said hi to Arlene, Kelly S. and Oz. And who else? I'm probably missing some people. Darlene. But anyway, and then I've cut these out of different books. This one is probably if you're going to buy, other than Catherine Anderson's books, which I love, this is the biggest, chunkiest one you can get with the most variety. Extraordinary Things to Cut Out in Collage. This one is by Maria Rivens, and it's pretty big. You can see I've got a lot cut out of it already. But this has the most variety. It's got plants, it's got people, it's got buildings, it's got flowers, it's got all kinds of animals, food, insects. So it's got a lot of stuff in it. That's a big variety. Some of the other ones that I have, like the ones by Catherine Anderson, she has a lot of different ones too, but they're usually broke out by portals, doors, things like that. Thank you, Pacola. So there's this one. That's the pink book I just showed you. And then Catherine Anderson, my little snapdragon, is this one here is there's one of, just go look for Catherine Anderson via Pacola's link, and you'll find tons of her books. Then there's also this one that I bought recently, to cut out collage vintage botanical plants. And that's where most of these mushrooms came out of. So these mushrooms that you see all over here came out of this book. There's 150 images, and they're all just plants and mushrooms. Then this one, I haven't used anything out of this yet, but maybe we'll find something, the Retro Americana. And it's got all kinds of retro, like 1950s, mostly I'd say 1950s people, scenes from movies or a lot of old advertisements. So there's a lot of that in this one. And it's pretty thin. This one's kind of lightweight, but there's some images in here that you'd really have to hunt for if you wanted some retro. So that's good for that. And then again, I'll use calendars for backgrounds and different calendar pages. So I just pulled a few things. I just pulled a few different. Hi, Teresa Duffy, Janice Johnson. Thank you, Tina. I just pulled a few. These are from a big calendar, like a wide one, and so they're cut in half. So like this was probably the full page here. So I cut them down. And so anyway, just to have some different backgrounds to work with if you like nature. Of course, you can get any old kind of calendar to put as a background, but I pulled these just because they were handy to pull and to just do some little samples. I'm not probably going to do a lot of gluing and making a full page. I just want to show you ideas because, again, here's this one here from Catherine Anderson's book, and they're all double-sided, and some, like when you get her door books, the doors are the same on each side. Like, let me get one here. Like this one right here, see, they're double-sided, and they line up perfectly so that if you want to make your doors open, you can cut this and make it open, which I've done a lot on my little art cards and things. And then they'll open up, and then you see the back side of the door. So it's not just a white piece of white paper or something different on the back. So you can open these little doors, and it'll have the same door on the back. So, yeah. And let's see. Thank you, Bacola. So those are all direct links in the chat, guys. So you can go back and catch those later and look at them. Yeah, there's lots of trees in this pink book here, and those calendar pages too. Yeah, but there's lots of trees in here. Don't know if I could flip right to them, but there are a lot of trees. This has been all taken apart so many times. I mean, I use so much out of it that it's kind of all taken apart. But there's a lot of trees in this book. Shells, just lots of stuff. And let's see. So those are some of the things that I just pulled. And then I did, like I said, I cut out a bunch of stuff. And then I wanted to show you how you can, I got this sketchbook out because it's white and big and I can lay things out on it. So we'll see what we go. Hi, Susie girl. Watch those because something has, well, eventually they would, Rachel, but I don't think I'm going to paint today. So y'all know I call it reverse collage when I use a an altered book, when I take a book and alter it, where I paint out what I don't want and then add in collage on top of it and then paint everything in. But I don't think I'm going to do that today. I'm just going to talk and show some samples and, do some recombining and just show you. So if you've got your Society of Idea Collector notebook handy, you might want to pull it out and just write down some of the ideas. Like I took these apart. I took the mushrooms apart here. And then these are just some, sometimes I'll use marbles for planets. If you have a circular punch, you could turn this into a planet by just punching out or cutting out. You don't have to have a punch. You have a template. You could cut this out. That could be a planet. You can cut anything out to be a planet if you like the space thing. Of course, y'all know I love my clocks and watches. And I usually put those in my collage. I cut out a couple things. I cut out a giraffe. I haven't cut these out. Maybe I'll cut these little animals. I got a couple of cats and a dog here. I've used this little dog in a couple of places. I love this little French bulldog. So I'll just sit here and cut while I'm chatting with y'all till 9, about 5 more minutes. So if y'all have any questions, put it in caps. Make sure you have live chat selected at the top and not top chat. It defaults to top chat, and that goes for if you're watching a recording as well. You need to have live chat clicked even when you're watching a recording. Also, if it seems to go fuzzy on you, make sure your little setting wheel is set to 1080p or 720. You got to do that manually too if YouTube knocks you back to, well, I'm streaming on StreamYard, but if you go fuzzy, that's going to be, if you're watching on YouTube, then that's going to be, you're going to have to fix that yourself. So there's a little French bulldog. Yeah, I could have them hanging on, climbing, sitting, there's just so many things. But what I wanted to show you is I wanted to have a variety of things cut out and show you how you can just recombine things, move them around. Hi, Queen Pam. Good to see you. Diana, I know I'm missing people. You can move things around, turn things upside down, right side over, sideways. You can do all kinds of things with your images. So don't just cut something out of a magazine and just say, well, I don't know what to do with this dog, and just, you can do whatever you want, obviously. But if you move them around and just see what you like, and this goes for if you're not even doing a full-on collage piece. Maybe you just want a couple little images in your art journal or your planner. Look, this looks like a rug, that looks like a rug. A pug rug, although this is a French bulldog, but yeah. So, little cat can be in the shell there. So you can just move things around and play. You can maybe have, let's see right here. I have a fish over his head. Or maybe he caught a fish in his mouth. So yeah, so I'm going to cut this cat out too. It's a little bit of a glare. Let me move this ring light back just a little. There we go. Just take a little of that glare off. Maybe if I tilt, no, that looks pretty good. Okay. So, but part of the fun of collage is recombining things into different scenes or events or whatever you want. But, so before you start gluing anything down, move things around, look at it, think about it, think up a story in your head. And, I cut that little ear. Well, I had torn it. So I don't know if I can save that little ear. Or you know what? Let me just make it a smaller ear. And you can do so many things if you're just recombining and moving things around. So if y'all have any questions, put them in caps. I won't think you're yelling at me. Hi, Rebecca. Yeah, and don't put it in caps if you're not talking to me. So, because otherwise I'll look at it and you're talking to somebody else. And I'll see something in caps and go, what are you asking me? because I'm thinking you're talking to me. So anyway, but yeah, Denise and I had a nice drive down to Tallahassee and back. And we spent the night. We spent the night in Tallahassee. And it was nice. So maybe he's going after the dog. This mushroom here, this one, and I just cut them apart just so I can show you. You can do so many different things with it. Like maybe this mushroom, I don't know. Let's see, has a shell in there. You can make your fantasy world anything you want. This needs a little. Oh, that's what it needs. It needs propped up right there. There we go. Let's put a paint thing. There we go. That takes that glare off that side a little bit. All right, so hi, Herbie. Let's see. So yeah, so get y'all's notebooks out if you want to. I think I'll prop this side up too. If you want to get some ideas, and and if something else occurs to you, I'm going to show you a lot of things, but while I'm showing you stuff, something else is probably going to occur to you. While I'm showing what I'm showing. So make sure you write down your own ideas that occur to you while we're doing whatever I'm doing here. If given the opportunity, would you do the space flight like Branson did over the weekend? No. No, I would not, Julie. Just going to say right off. No space flights for me. But thank you. Let's see. I would more like to just find that door. All right, let's see. I do have some. I think this is a piece, maybe Mars or the Moon in a black and white. I don't know. I just tore it out of a book or a magazine. So let's just trim that down. And what I've got here is just a bunch of different backgrounds. Got a bunch of different backgrounds so that you can do whatever you want on your backgrounds. And if you have quite a few different backgrounds, like I have some clouds, some planet, some ocean, and then again I got those trees. Let me see here. Let's get a couple of those. Let's get a spring tree. Let's get a green, like one by the river. Here's one with a big tree. Let's see what else. Come back here, little doggy. Let's see what else do I have over here. Let's have a few different ones. Yeah, Rachel. Yeah, my space flight's taking place in the glue, right? I mean, gluing things down is what I mean. Don't get the wrong impression. There's that one. Here's some is it birch? Yeah. Let's see what else. I'm just going to flip through here. And again, these are just calendar pages that I've cut down. And I just wanted to find as many different variety of things. Here's a big flower out of a collage or a book. Look how big these are. See, there's just so many things you can cut out. And if you do something light and dark, big and small, you do some opposites. If you have a color theme, it's not hard to start something, right? It's not hard to start something, but you want to try to just move things around, recombine things, and see what you like. Because, I do a lot of outer space things because I like science fiction, but that doesn't mean you do or that you have to, right? Yeah, Dina. So, you don't have to. Okay, so again, let me show you a couple of the books. I got The Extraordinary Things to Cut Out in Collage by Maria Rivens. And this one is got the most variety, and it's got the most in it, I think, of all the collage books I've seen. But Catherine Anderson's photos of doors, portals, windows, oceans, scenes, she's got so many. So just look at her. Any Catherine Anderson book is going to be good. Then these are kind of thin ones. These are, this one's got 150 images cut out in collage, vintage botanical plants, retro Americana. And so we might find a couple people in here. Then the other thing, that if you want to just start one and you don't know what to do, just remember, people, place, and thing. Just pick a place. You can start with, you can start with an ocean. And when I say people, when I say, people, it can be anything. I consider that anything alive. So a cat is a people, right? Cat is a people. A shell would be a thing. Okay. So we got the cat and the shell, and then maybe the cat's reaching up for a fish. I mean, just practice. It doesn't have to be very complicated to start out your ideas with. Maybe that fish is jumping over here. He's hiding in the shell. So there's, just start with some very basic things, because a lot of people, they see me do these very elaborate painted collages and I could never do that. Well, don't start with that. That's just, I've done hundreds, if not, well, I don't want to say thousands, maybe not thousands, but I've done hundreds. And, you can start with something this size. You could start with something. I wouldn't necessarily start. I'm going to reach up here. I wouldn't even necessarily start with something very tiny, because that can be a little tricky as well. But you've seen me do my little tiny art cards. These are the incomplete ones. I have a stack of finished ones up there somewhere. But you've seen me do the art card, that, the little 3x4 size, postcards, which are 4x6 size. Those can be a little tricky, when they're so little. I would start with something, at least a 4x6 if you're new to it. Yeah. And I like that too, Julie. I try to keep it within a color palette. Just like I do coloring or any other project. If you have 3 to 5, colors, and you can always have accent colors, of course, but if you just keep your colors kind of limited and just start with a few things. And if you're not sure if you're going to like this, I might cut this down to this size here instead of the full ocean if I wasn't going to put more in it. Just take a little, there's also other kind of tacky, like, I don't know if it's fabric tack. Maybe one of y'all know which is the best, just to do tacking down. But I just will take, and I'm looking for a glue stick here. Let's see. Here we go. I like Yoo-hoo glue sticks. But if you just want to, you're just going to tack something down for a minute, just take a little bit of glue stick and just put a dab. Just a dab, and just kind of stick it down, and then you can move things around. Now, don't put too much, because then you're going to peel it up and you're going to peel your background. So, be careful about what glue you use if you're just going to tack something and you're not quite sure. Yeah, yeah, that's true. You can always, if I make a mistake in something, I just paint over it. But then I'm good at blending things in. So if I had something right here that, like, let's just say this, I glued this down and I wanted the ocean back. Well, I could probably get my colors and make that ocean put back fairly well. It may not be perfect, but I could probably paint that ocean right over it. So, not everybody does that. And that's why a magazine journal, like even just an old fashioned, not fashion, art magazine, the Somerset Studios or any of those, or like last week we did the mini magazine. Practicing in those kind of magazines where you try to have to match colors, blend things, that's such good practice. And again, guys, all the paint I use is just craft paint. I like Americana deco art, but craft paint is just, what I use. Don't get shiny. Well, you can use metallic for special effects and stuff, but your color pencils will not go over metallic and satin and shiny. So you want to get just plain matte craft paint if you do plan on doing any penciling over it. The other thing is, a lot of your magazine pages are shiny. So when you're finally get to gluing, where's my little jar? Here it is. When you finally get to gluing everything down, if you put, sorry guys, my chair got jammed up under the table. I like golden matte medium because that will make everything matte. In other words, not shiny. It'll make everything not shiny. So when you glue this down, you can put the matte all over the whole thing, and then it will take away all the shine of the images, the background, everything will be non-shiny. But of course, y'all know I also like to paint and pencil and mix media my collages. So if you're just going to practice and you just want to do some just little collages, like you want to do something in your journal, you want to do something in your planner, and you just want to do something simple, then just use a glue stick. Just glue it down with a glue stick and do that. So, let's see. I've never seen anything. Dee can't. Well, there's been a couple things, Tina, and then one of them was in an art journal. Let me see here. Sorry, I bumped the table again. Don't email me. Let me see. Let me get a couple. Let me see. I don't remember which book it was in. It's in one of these 3 or 4. Let's see. Hang on. So these are some of my older collages. I got to get them out here. All right. Let's see. So these are my art journals. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that are not done on an altered book. I do a lot of stuff in abandoned books. Oh, that wore me out. I do stuff in like the Nat Geo book that Trisha sent me, and altering different books. But you can also just start with a, what do you call it? Just a journal. Now, these are all the same journals. So let me just start out by saying they've all been painted and made to look like old leather. But these are all the Dilution. Is it? No. Hang on. I think it's Dilutions. I think I kept the wrapper in here because I always get dilute. Yeah, there we go. So these are the Dilution Creative Journal. The ones that are craft color, they're that yellow craft color when you buy them. And this is what the covers look like. Okay. And I kept this in here because I always forget. They all have this pocket in the front, and mine's all beat up. And then the side, the spine is red. So they all look like this. I mean, like the same as the craft color. And thanks, guys. Oh, I got this now. I put something dark in there. Now it's going to want to flash out. Let me turn the brightness down just a little. There we go. Okay. So anyway, I have 4 of them here, and they're all in different stages, and I don't even remember which is which. But I did 3 of them. This one, and to look like different shades of leather. So yeah, so I did those, and then one I just did a collage, and this is varnished as well. So this does have varnish on it, but this one I did a collage on the front and back. It's a little person right down there. So this one's from 2016. I don't know if I have them in any kind of order. Let's see. This one is from 2013. I think this was my first one. Well, they're between 2013 and 16. I don't think this one's dated either. But I'll pick out a couple pages here to show you. So you can see how far I got in this one. And this is another example of why you want to work back to front to back, back to front. See how I just worked front to back? Look at that. See what that jacked up the spine? So this is another example, which I have a magazine journal that has done the same thing. I've got 4 or 5 big magazine journals that once I learned this, then I didn't do that to the other 3 or 4, right? So once you've messed up one of your spines, you won't do that again. You'll start working front to back, a little bit in the back, a little bit in the front, a little bit in the middle. Thank you, Julie. And so anyway, I started this one. When I started this one, let me move my little cat sideways here. I thought, well, this was the first one I bought, the first one I'd ever had of the Dilutions in 2013. I said, I'm going to turn this one. I haven't done calligraphy in a long time. I used to be I used to sell calligraphy and do, I used to do a lot of professional calligraphy, but that was back in, before everybody had a desktop and could print out anything font they wanted. So I hadn't done it in a long time. I said, well, I think I'm going to turn this Dilutions into a calligraphy. Hi, Aunt S. I said hi to C and P. Anybody else? Thanks, everybody. Jeanette Charbonneau. Good morning, Jeanette. I always want to talk in a deep voice with a French accent. Anyway, so I did this little page here where I just did my initials, and did my initials with ink and color pencil. And then after I did this, I said, I don't really think I want to do this whole book in calligraphy. So then I said, let's just go ahead and turn it into a collage book. Oh, thanks, Tina. Thank you so much. Yeah. But anyway. So these I did in 2000. This one's in 15. No, that's 13. So some of them I might have skipped it back, may not have finished them all at the time. But anyway, and the ones that are shiny have been varnished. Let me show you the varnish. I always try to show you everything I use. And you don't have to use this particular brand, but what you want to do is make sure it's a water-based varnish. So this is a Delta Ceramcoat gloss interior exterior gloss varnish. It's water-based. So you can clean your brushes, you can put it down, put a little water and make it smooth, make it smear easier, but get water-based. Don't get the kind that's oil-based. You got to set it out for weeks at a time. If I varnish something, I usually leave it out overnight, and also that varnish doesn't stick your pages together. But you want it to dry overnight before you close the book on it, right? So these are some of the pages that I did, I guess, back in 2013, and and these started from a blank page. There was nothing on these. These started from a blank page, as opposed to my my abandoned books where I've got something in the background to start with. These all started with a blank page. So let's flip through a few of these here, so you can just kind of see. And again, there's a glare on them, so they're a little bit flashed out. So they all have stories to them, stories for me, in my head anyway. And, some of them are obvious things that you can take away from. But here's what I like about surrealism and this kind of thing is what, I can tell you what it means to me. But for me, I would rather the person look at this and make up their own story. What do you see in it? What story does it tell you? So you're getting your own story out of it rather than me telling you my story. And some people say, well, you should be able to tell your story and have people understand it and make it readable and everybody can understand exactly what you're saying. Well, but that's not what look at Salvador Dali. I don't know anybody that can look at one of his paintings unless you studied him extensively and know what his symbolism means, that looks at his painting and everybody sees the exact same thing. So I would rather you look at what I've done and make up a story that, what you see in it. That's just me. So, yeah. This one's not done. So I think the rest are all, and this is how they start. Look at this. This is how my pages start. They'll start with just something like this glued down. Now, these are they're not sticking together, but, if you don't open your books, like you see nothing sound, no, there was no sound when any of these opened with the varnish, but these have not been varnished yet. So that if any little edges are loose or anything, that can make like that Velcro sound, but they're not really sticking together. They're just, we did this one on a stream more recently than 2013. This one we did in 2017. We did this one on a stream one day. So again, they're not sticking together, but because they haven't been varnished. So yeah, then there's a few more back here that are in process too. So there's, that was, I think, the first Dilutions. And again, I don't remember in what order. So let's see. This one, oh, this one was more of a newer one that I just started showing you how to start pages. So most of these are starter pages like this. So if you want to do a starter page like this, then again, like what Julie was saying too, start with like color. Get you a color theme. Like look at this as red, yellow, and green. I mean, there's a few other colors in there, but when you look at this page, you see red, yellow, and green, right? So if you do that, your pages will be more cohesive. All the stories, these may say, oh, thanks, Tina. And so look, blue. And so this is how I start with the blank page. Then I start painting things in. So then I'll start painting everything and then adding maybe some other little collage elements, maybe a running river, some waves, outer space. This would probably be outer space up here. These would be planets. And then this one's done and varnished. Oh, so we were talking about things we don't like. Something doesn't turn out. Well, I didn't like this, this part right here. I wanted it to look like wind, and everybody thought it looked like pastry, which it does. But so not everything you do is going to turn out. Even after doing, hundreds of them, you're still going to come across sometimes, it's this just didn't work, but I'd already put some stickles on it, I think. So I said, it's okay. I varnished it and called it a day. But so anyway, so this is one of my favorite pages. I know I say that about quite a few pages, but this is one of my favorite pages. And again, these all started from scratch. These are not built on top of any altered book. But I really like my praying Indian woman here, and I put stickles and glitter and this feather. This feather kind of goes up in a stairway up into the stars, and so yeah, I really love her, and it wants to flash out when I hold it. There we go. So and again, this is how they start. They start like this. So this book, this one's done. If they're varnished, they're done, because you really can't go back and do more. I mean, I guess you could, but why? If you varnished it and you don't like it, just go on to a new page, because trying to paint over varnish and everything is, but this page is a reversible page, a reflection page, a reflected page. So it can go this way, and it also works this way. So it's one of I don't do them too often. I've done a few, and where you can turn them upside down or right side up. And thanks, Kalora. And so this is one of those that can go either way. All right, so let's see, what else do we have in here? Again, this was more of a starter book where I did a lot of showing how to start with just some colors, or a base. And so yeah, so do I have any back here? Yeah, I got some more starter pages. So that was this one. This was more of a demo book. All right, then this one I think was, let's make sure. And I do like that they have these bands to kind of hold them shut. This one I think was, we all started getting really into color books. And so, a lot of people go, I like color book pages, but I don't know what to do with them. Do I just leave them in the book? Well, if you have those fancy hardback, $30 color books, I don't take the pages out of those. But if you have done some practice, or you like some images and you've colored something in, say, a Creative Haven, or at least, an inexpensive one-sided page. Like last week, I showed you some of my pan pastel, the Japanese girls that I did with pan pastel. I tore those or cut them out of the book and put them in page protectors, and they're in a 3-ring binder. Well, you can also, if you have elements of a color book page that you like, let's just say you colored a shell, you colored a fish, you colored a cat, you colored something, and you like it, you can cut that image out and use it in your mixed media, collage, color book, paint. It's mixed media, right? So there's quite a bit of that in this book. So I painted this one some, different colors. And there's my Mona Lisa's, my muse. And this one, oh, here we go, 2015. Now, there may be a few things in here after 2015, because sometimes when I pull these books out, someone will ask me a question, want to see how I do something. I'll just find a page and just do it right there. I'm not so precious with these that, oh, okay, that's 2015. No, can't put anything from 2021 in it. I don't think like that. I also don't feel compelled to finish a page. If I move on to something else, it's there. It's still in the book. I can come back to it. It's no big deal. Like this one's not varnished, right? So some of them, they're just all kind of a little bit of different stuff in here. Here's my little time machine, things going on this page. And again, these all started with just a blank page. Let me get a sip of juice here. As opposed to my abandoned altered books or my Nat Geo altered book or whatever. I've got 15 or so different altered books behind me that I can pull out and work at. Abandoned castles, abandoned places, abandoned sacred places. I just got all kinds of books that I can pull and just do a work on top of a piece. And so this is kind of the same thing. If you were doing, if you had just a piece like this, this could either be in a book or it could just be off of a calendar. So this is what I call altering something as opposed to just plain starting something, right? And so again, you can take and alter this background. And same thing if you alter an abandoned places book or whatever book you like. Let me go ahead and stop and say, if you don't like, and I'll show you a couple of my abandoned books. If you don't like abandoned, they look creepy, they look depressing to you, then don't get those books. Get a book on, Paris, or get a book on traveling, or get a book on dogs or cats or birds. Get a coffee table book if you want to alter it of something you like. Because if you don't like it, you're not going to spend years, which, I just work in them off and on. You're not going to spend years working in a book you don't like. So make sure the subject matter is something you like. Get all beach scenes, just get something you like, because you will not stick with an abandoned, an altered book if you don't like the topic or the subject. So yeah, make sure you get a book that you like if you want to alter it. This one's not done, but I like, there's different things I like. They don't necessarily have to be completely finished for me to like them or just to move on and do something else. I got to prop that up so it keeps the glare off. All right, so here's an example of this was some Creative Haven giraffes in one of those Creative Haven $3, $4. I don't know how much they are now. I haven't bought any in a while. That you used to be able to get at Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you get them on Amazon, but they had all these animals in them. So what I did is I colored them first, then cut them out. And I'll show you a couple examples in here. Don't try to cut them out, glue them down, and then color them, because you will be picking up page texture, collage texture when you're trying to do a nice smooth coloring, and you're going to be picking up texture. So color your images first, and then cut them out and glue them in. Okay, and then you can work on top. Like here, look, I added this paint going across. I added the waterfall on this guy. So you want to color. That's real important. If you don't write anything else down today, write that down. Before you glue color book pages into an altered collage mixed media setting, make sure you've already colored it. Now you could go back and, I could still go back and put highlight in his eye or, fix a little thing. But overall, you're going to be picking up the collage texture if you glue it first and then try to color with color pencils. Okay, so Tina says, yeah, Amazon has a lot of the Creative Havens. So anyway, so again, they're all in different stages. Some have been stamped, some have been smack and drag, some of them have stencil. and they're just in all different phases, and I like looking at them. I don't, it doesn't matter to me, like this is not painted in yet. Here's a Dover clip art piece. I mean, there's just, this is a color book page. Again, she was colored, then cut out, and I don't even think, yeah, she's not even glued down yet. So so you can then add your color book pages into your mixed media. So color book pages, not done, color book pages. And until I varnish them, I don't consider them done. So even though there's a lot of work done on a lot of these, this is a color book page. If they're not varnished, they're not done. So I think this one's done, though it's not varnished yet, but I consider that one done. We did this one a couple years ago. So again, just all different stages. These are the Creative Haven. So you can do stenciling, any kind of backgrounds you want, do some collage, some stencils, some mixed media, scrape paint, smack and drag, and then add a color book element to it, add a color book element to it. So these are just all in different, I've said that 10 times, different stages. This one I consider done, though. This one needs to be varnished. So these are out of a steampunk, Creative Haven steampunk, I believe. And so I did this, guy and girls steampunk, and then I cut them out. I'd already done a lot of the background. Then I glued them in, and then I started working them in. So then I would start adding. I painted right over, and this was 2015. And then you can start blending in. You can start adding details and stuff. But the bulk of the coloring was done before I glued it down. So I always say how much I love this page. I love this page. This was, Colleen sent me some little tags and things. I normally do not put 3-dimensional elements in my collage or mixed media, but Colleen had sent me these little tags, so I went ahead and did a mixed media page with that. So just going to try to flip quickly so you can get ideas. Steampunk Girl color book. So you get the idea. So these have a lot of, this section here has a lot of, thank you, Janice. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Now, and if y'all don't know, again, I'm not doing any prints for July and August. I do appreciate if y'all support the channel, but I'm not doing prints for the summer months. We're traveling, mom's not well, and so I can't commit to sending out prints. And again, keep my mom in your prayers. And yeah. So anyway, thank you so much, Janice, for supporting the channel. These are little fish cut out of a Creative Haven color book. And then this was, I had done, I think, a smack and drag, which what that is you put down ink and put it on like a craft mat or a non-porous surface, spray some inks down, you turn your piece over and you smack and you drag, and you get all these different kind of textures and stuff. And then some of the textures just look like a building back here, like a castle. So I turned it kind of into like a fish tank. And then I just added some details, a little pen and ink work to make it look more like a castle. So, yeah. So they're just all different. That's a color book page. So this particular book has a lot of color book pages because I wanted to show how you could use color book pages in your mixed media art journals, right? All right, so this one I think is something on literally every page. It's not done, but it's something, this book has got something on every page. And it's a little less bent, even though toward the end there, I should have gone more in the back because this one's not as bad as the other one, but okay, so smack and drag. Yeah, that's what I just said, Rachel, what I just described, where you spray the ink down and smack and drag. Okay, then this one is I did a complete collage on the front and back covers of this. This was 2016, and this is the color of the book. Normally, it's this color, this yellow crafty color. Oh, thank you, Starla Arts, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all supporting the channel. So this is the color of the covers of these. Yeah, thanks so much, Starla. Thank you so much. And I don't know, did I highlight Janice's? Let me highlight Janice's too. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. So this was just the plain cover too. So I did collage and paint on this one. So when I do, my mixed media collages, it's, for the most part, paint is involved. Paint is involved. So let's see what we got here. So again, there's more in this one completed. I'm going to tilt it a little because the glare. So let's see. Let me find something to prop this up here. Let me get this Pantone thing. That might be too high, but there we go. Just so you can, the glare is taken off because a lot of these are varnished. Hi, Elsa. Thank you. Thank you for visiting from Rio de Janeiro. Hi, Flo. Good to see you. Okay, so again, this one we did kind of recently because someone wanted to see a quick demo. I did this one. This one was pretty quick. I mean, we probably did this in under an hour. But so it started out with, different elements like some flowers here, a planet, maybe a watch part that I kind of drew in some little buildings back here, painted in, I should say. And then, of course, painted in the space and the bucket of stars. But you can see I did this very quickly. This one was done pretty quickly. And this is how they start out. They start out with just some images that I put on here. I was going to say throw out, but it is a little bit more considered than that. But a lot of it depends on color too. So when I turn these pages, you're going to see that the colors are all cohesive. So again, these start out with just blank pages. Well, see, that is a little too tall. There we go. Hi, R. I got your little, I haven't opened the little, I think it's a little bracelet you sent me. I haven't opened it yet, but thank you so much. Yeah, Denise and I were gone. We drove down to Florida and got Boo settled into our new apartment. She was already there, but we brought up most of her stuff down. So we went down to Tallahassee, and so we've been driving for a couple of days. So yeah, I'd have to get back to I got to check, I posted a Saturday, tried to stay up with as much stuff as possible. But I just said, I'm just going to concentrate on, getting Boo and enjoying her company. So that's what we did. So I did this one in 2020. I think that's what that is. It's kind of scratched off. We did this last year. Again, as a demo, I probably had already something glued down. I probably had something already started. So I just took it from there to show you how you can turn your pages into a world. So I will, I'm sure. I just haven't opened it yet, R. I haven't had a chance yet. So let's see. Let's turn the brightness down just a little. There we go. That's truer color right there. It gets a little flashed out when I go back and forth from the white background to the dark background. So yeah. So this is kind of how it starts out. And then yeah, there's some planets I just glue down and we'll go from there. This one is varnished. So you'll see it's shiny. So this one is done and varnished. And this one was done in 2016. Oh, this is, I'm gonna turn this sideways. It's annoying. There we go. There we go. Keeps wanting to slide. So that one's done. And then there's probably a couple of blank ones here. This one's not varnished. We did this one was another one we did on the fly. This train was here, and I just kind of did a quick demo of something about mist or something. I don't even remember. So this one's done and varnished, again from 2016. So I like waterfalls, mist, rain, stars, planets, dimensions, doors. I like all those things. Stairs. I like stairs. So I just want to show you different ideas of how you can do different kinds of collage. Hi, Colleen. And so you can do everything from what I showed at the beginning, from very simple 2 or 3 elements to a altered book where you start with something. You start with something in a book and you work on top of that. Or in the case of these dilutions, they start from scratch. So this one I did add quite a bit of detail. This one did take us a while. I might have even taken a lot longer to do this one. Again, it's flashing out when I get it too close to the camera, but you guys see it there. All right, so again, how they start out like something like this. And then we end up going, I think this is the one that has the one I don't like in it, though. This is it. All right. So I think it was Tina that said, I can't fix it. I can fix anything. I left this one on purpose because I guess I could fix it. I could paint over the whole thing and start over. But I left this to show that in my head, of course, that's just because I didn't let it dry before I closed it. So that's on me. But I wanted this to make it look like the fish was popping out through the water, and I could see it in my head digitally, what it would look like if I did it on Procreate. I tried to do that same kind of vision with the paint. This one is one that just did not turn out, but I leave it to show not everything is going to turn out. Not everything is going to turn out. So I left that one on purpose. So, all right. So those are my 4 Dilutions journals. All right. Hang on, guys. Let's stick these back on here so I can have something to hold up the other stuff here. Just throw those back on the shelf. And again, I showed y'all magazine journals last week, so I'm not going to show y'all magazine journals this week because y'all get the idea. All right, I'll stretch this out a little. There we go. Okay. All right, so before I show you a couple of altered books, I want to show you a couple more things that are done from scratch, and then we'll get into showing, just how to combine things, recombine things. Tina. Okay, so, and again, I showed you some of these recently, but I'm just going to because we're talking about all different kinds of collage, I'm going to show you these real quickly. And these were pages that I did that were bigger, on bigger pieces of paper, that I just worked on them. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to work on them quickly, and then I'm going to cut down the sections that I like. And that's what all these are as well. So these are all pages where I don't want to forget at 10:30, I wrote myself, so set out the beef at 10:30. The crock pot that we had yesterday, I got to set it out so it kind of, thaws out. It's not in the freezer, but, when you put something from the crock pot to the refrigerator, you got to get it back out. So I want to make sure, and I got to put a letter in the mail at 10:30. So, okay. So these were all, this section that I'm getting ready to show you now, these were all things that I cut down from bigger pieces. So they were either in an art journal that I deconstructed, which y'all know, I'll deconstruct a journal in a heartbeat. They were done in a spiral sketchbook. I think most of these were probably done in like one of those Canson, the blue ones, the mixed media, spiral bound books. And so I did a bunch of collages in that, and I wasn't happy with it being in a spiral. I said, you know what? I'm just going to I took the whole spiral out, took all the pages out. I think the book was full. I took them all out of the spiral book, and then cut down the pages, and then just stuck them on a piece of white cardstock. Okay. So that's what all these are. These have all been cut down and they're not done, but they're in progress. But I just want to show you that, and these are all started from scratch as well, so that I'll go back and continue to work on them. But now they're kind of like on this. And if I, don't like if it goes, they're just taped. Look, they're just taped down. They're just taped on a piece of cardstock just for temporarily. I just can peel these right off and put it on something else. But I just have them like this for now. So they're not varnished. They're not, so you can still see that there's some that's matte, some that's shiny, different depending on where I got the images, if they're shiny or matte. So these are all ones that I'm working on. And my current collage stack of things. I think I like this one. Oops, sorry, this one goes this way. So, and this, I stuck a sticker on here. I think I wanted to show that you can use stickers, but when I go to do this, I'll paint that out. I'll paint out that white edge of the sticker. I'll just paint it out. So, and these are going this way. So they're works in progress. This way. And I'll just, if I just have a few minutes, I just want to chill for 5 or 10 minutes, I can just pull one of these out, do a little play on it for a while, and then just put it back in the stack till I decide I want to finish it. So these are my current space ones that I keep on top of this, which this is another, this is just a folder I made out of chipboard and covered the chipboard and packing tape. So I'm going to flip through these real quick just so you can kind of see. Again, these are all cut down. These are all cut down from bigger pieces. So I'm just going to read, chat, and flip, and so you can kind of see. So if you have an old sketchbook, an old art journal, an old mixed media book, and you like some pages, you don't like all the pages, and you don't feel like working in it because you just think, oh, this book sucks. Well, then just go in there, take the book apart. See, look, not even anywhere near done with this one. Then do I have a couple, let's see, blank papers in here? Oh, no, just turned over. And don't be afraid just to deconstruct the whole thing, Dry flow. So if y'all are getting, if you're watching this or, if you go back and watch the recording, get your Society of Idea Collectors notebook out and write down anything that occurs to you. It doesn't have to be exactly what I'm telling you, but something might occur to you when you see something. You might like, oh, I like that color combination. I like that yellow, orange, and brown, or whatever it is, I like that mountain texture. Write down mountain texture. Write down notes to yourself so that when you don't know what to do, you can't think of anything, you don't know what to do, you have your Society of Idea Collector notebook with tons of ideas in it. But if you don't write it down, you don't have the ideas. So, yeah. So I'm just going to flip through this, and I hope I haven't missed anybody coming in. But again, don't be afraid to deconstruct one of your sketchbooks, art journals. Now, if it's a journal where you've been writing, actual journaling and writing notes and letters and, actual writing and dating stuff, then you're probably not going to take that apart. But, any kind of writing I do, that kind of stuff is usually in a different kind of journal. It's in a writing journal. It's not in my art journals. My art journals have very little words in them. They might have one every now and then, but these are all just taken out. I know, right? There it is, Tori. So yeah, just look at this one little piece that I cut out and put on an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, So, don't be afraid to take it apart. If it's just a sketchbook or art journal that you don't really like anymore, you think, I don't what am I going to do with all that? I don't like it. And again, I'm reminding you, these are all cut down. These pages are all cut down from a big page. This is just, I picked the section I liked. So I may not have liked anything around this. And I just like this one section. Well, I just got my cutter out, my, arm cutter, and cut all these down. We worked on this one a little bit on stream. So I think we worked a little bit on this one, a couple of these little stickers or collage elements out of one of those books. I think we worked on this one on stream. And this one, we worked on this one on stream. Hi, Jane Doe. Hope you're enjoying the show. Worked on this one. So they're just all bits and pieces of things that I did like in the journals, and cut them down and put them in here for later, whatever I want to do with them. Work on them, I just like building little worlds. I like this one. Julia. Well, and the other thing about using glue stick, if you want a permanent piece with absolutely, if you're going to varnish it, let me say this. If you glue a bunch of stuff down thinking, like, let's just say you have, you got, where's that other page here? So you got this page and you want to glue something. If you glue this down with a glue stick, and then you varnish it, you're going to get bubbles, more than likely. You want to glue, if you're going to make a permanent, if you're going to varnish it, you want to do matte medium to glue everything down. And then you put the matte medium here, you put the matte medium here, you put the matte medium over the top, and then you take a gift card and you mash it all in. Make sure it's 100% dry, and then you can varnish it and you shouldn't have any bubbles. But if you just use a glue stick, now this is a little heavier, it may work, it may be okay, but if you just put a glue stick on the back and stick it down and want to varnish it, you're probably going to get wrinkles. Okay, just saying. All right. So let me finish flipping through these. This was a napkin here. Hi, Jennifer. Anybody else I missed? So I'm just flipping through some of my deconstructed art journals that I've cut down pieces of, and put them on a 8.5 by 11. I think that's the size. You can put them on any size you want. It's just that these fit in a little folder, and working on. Okay, I think, is that it? We did this one. I don't know. We did this. I think we did. Yeah, we did these on a stream. These were, I think, out of a journal too. And I just, I think these were, yeah. No, they weren't together. Anyway, these two, I think, were out of a book. And I cut that out of a book. So there's two other pieces. I just stuck those in there. Okay, so these are all the pages that I've deconstructed and then just mounted on another piece of paper and put in here, and I just work in this whenever. And then these are the current ones that I'm working on. So I have these kind of out, and I got a band around the whole thing just to keep it all together. Okay, so now let me just show you one or two altered. I'm just kind of making this a collage practice and ideas, just to, if you're new to collage or you don't do collage or whatever. Okay, so I'll show a couple, and hopefully I have these. Let me go ahead and move this to the side because it is kind of moving everything around. All right. And I know most of y'all have probably seen these 100 times. And also, these are all in my playlist. So if you want to see them either made or shown, they'll be in my collage playlist, mixed media playlist, abandoned book playlist. Okay. So these are the first ones that I started, abandoned places. So these are the first ones. So that's why I pulled this out. And so I have one that I work in and one that has, I just have the post-it notes in here so I can find the ones I'm going to compare to so you can see the before and after. And so I'll just show you this one here just so you can see. And I might flip a little bit through the one that Trisha Green sent me, the what do you call it? The Nat Geo one. All right. So let's see. I'm going to just kind of try to do here. I'm not going to go through the whole, I've told the story of what this one means to me before many times, but this is what it started as. This is what the page looked like. And then this is what I turned it into. And it's varnished, so it's shiny. And this is what I turned the page into. This one's from 2016. I think these were my first abandoned books were 2016, and then 17, 18, 19. You know, I've got different ones over the years. And I love Kieran Connolly is the author of these books. And so I have, I don't know, 3 or 4 by Kieran, and then I have some other ones by other art authors. Okay, so from that to this. So I just kind of want to show you like a before and after. And I'm not going to go through the whole book. I'm just going to pick a few, 6 or 7 or something, and just kind of show you. I just want to try to find them here via the tabs here. Let's see what's the next one I have tabbed. Okay, this one, and that's page. So I can kind of get an idea how far in. 20. Because they're not all tabbed, obviously. All right. So this started out as this, and this was a ghost town. So in my head, I was thinking, what happened to this town? Why did it become a ghost town? Let's tilt this camera just a little. Why did it become a ghost town? So I had planets converging and exploding, and so this is what I turned it into. So just so you can kind of see. But in these kind of altered books, I've got something on the page, where those other ones in the Dilutions art journals and these pages that I just showed a minute ago, those started with just a blank page. These are starting with something. So if you don't know, how to start a page, you don't know what to glue down or color combinations, then that's why I recommend starting with some kind of a book that you can work on top of and alter it, so you don't have to start with the blank page, right? Don't have to start with the blank page. All right, so let's see. Let me flip here. Okay, how far? Okay, so there's this one. Now this one was really dramatic change. So I started with this little castle here, but I wanted it to be like more Frankenstein's castle or something, And we might have done this during a Halloween or something. But anyway, so then we did this. And most of these, not all of them, but a lot of them were done on stream, guys. So if you want to see it go from this to this, there's probably a video, a 3 hour video. Oh, happy birthday, Lisa. Just saw somebody else wishing you a happy birthday. Let's see. Hi, Debbie Bruce. Anybody else I'm missing? All right. So it just gives you a base to start with rather than a blank page. So we got this one. And, I just white out the text. And what I'll do is I'll paint out the sides to blend in. And it is a little, I don't say tricky, but it does take a little practice. That's why I say if you practice in an old magazine, trying to blend things and paint things in rather than just, not having any idea about blending anything. So this one went to this one. So as you can see, all that is gone. So I kind of turned it into a smoky kind of background wall. So, yeah. And again, it gets to flash out. Let's turn the brightness down yet again. There we go. So there we go. And this is done with paint and color pencil, but it's got golden matte medium on it. Because if the pages are shiny, if your pages are shiny and you haven't matte medium them, you will not be able to use pencil. Now, if I've got paint here, if I'm going just on top of paint, then my pencil will go on top of acrylic paint. But if I'm just trying to put pencil on top of a shiny page, it's not going to work. Okay. So these are shiny, slick book pages. Color pencil is not going to go on there. It's not going to stick. All right. So let's see. Next, let's skip that one. I was going to pick a couple more. Let's see. Okay, this one. Okay, so this started like this, and you see all the white border and everything. See, I paint all that out. And then we did this. So you can see the face here. And I'm going to say this one's a little busier than I normally do. This has got a lot going on. But so I put a lot going. You see the little people right there? See the little people right there? So I left them in right there. All right, let's pick a couple more. This one was a pretty simple one. This was almost just painting out. Okay, so this one started like this, and really all I did in this one was every place that there was sky or a back, like an opening, I just painted the whole background into space. So I didn't do anything to the building itself except get rid of the inside of the doors and turn it into a space scene. You like the little people? I like the little people. All right, so let's see. I'm going to skip. I've shown these so many times, guys. I'm just not really needing to show them all again. But because I just want to give you all some ideas. Oh, I did want to show this one, though, because this is one of the ones that I've done. Page 99. That had more than one image on it. So just because there's more than one image doesn't mean that you can't turn the whole thing into a cohesive. Where is it? Let's see what page we go back here. Here we go. So we had 4 images on this one, 4 different images. So to make this all one world, you do that with paint. So there's really, I'm looking at this. I don't think there's one little no, that's not collage. I don't think there's any collage on here. It's all paint. So I took this and just paint, turned it into this. So again, this is one of the more complicated ones. When you do the background for that arch space one, did you use pencil crayons? Yes, I did. On top of the paint, Rachel. Yes. On top of the acrylic paint. Color pencil will go over acrylic paint. Look. See this? Look. See? No, I mean, with no pressure at all. It'll just go right on. But it won't go on shiny images. So I took these 4 images and built them into one big world with paint. Okay, let's see. Got a couple more here that are my favorites, but this next one is one of my favorites. Okay. So this one, and I say it I just gave you all the same description every time. But this one, I just saw that this kind of cut into, like 2 separate worlds. And there was this little bitty building here, and I thought it needed a bridge. So I said, well, let's put a bridge to somewhere, because it's a bridge to no bridge to nowhere. So that's what I did here in this one. So, and it is varnished, so it's done. So I made a little bridge and then turned the whole outer area into space. And I don't add a lot of people in my collages, every now and then. But I like the idea of her with her feather and like protecting the whole time building there. And so, yeah, so there's that one. Hi, Devin, Fernando. I'm probably missing some people. All right, so let's see. Let me pick one or two more, and then we'll just play around with some collage elements. Okay, this one I also had just an idea by looking at it. These are tilted over, fallen over little like beach huts or something. They're little beach hut, like umbrella stands. And to me, it looked like somebody out metal detecting, right? It looked like metal detecting. Anyway, so I said, well, let's make this the bridge. Let's make this the bridge across space. So I just put space in there. So we have all kinds of nebulas and space things going on. We got an exploding planet down here, but everything else is going calmly, smoothly, metal detecting. Everything's going on here, but all this chaos is going all around them. But they're not upset. They're staying calm. So I think, let's see, let me find maybe one or two more. Here's another one where I pretty much just use paint. This one here. So, you got a lot of text and, you want to get, you can put a coat of white acrylic paint to get rid of the text. And so this one, all I really did was paint out all the background. So that's what I did on this one. So it's all painted out, the whole background. There's, just left this and painted the whole space nebula situation. Thank you, Tina. All right, so let's see. Do I have one or two more? Let's see. I think that's probably enough because I've shown these so many times. So, but you get the idea. So but my tip of the day, if you want to use some kind of a coffee table book to alter, make sure it's a topic you love. Because, you got, how many pages are in this book? Over 200 pages. And are you going to want to finish your book? If you don't like the topic, I'm going to guarantee you will not. You will not finish it if you don't like the topic. So if you don't like abandoned places, get a book on a city you love, a country you love, English gardens, something. Just get something you like or you won't finish it. Okay? All right. So, and then real quick, I'm going to show you this one that Trisha Green sent me. This is what the cover looks like. So if you want to know what the sleeve looks like, if you look at it for it on Amazon, this is what you're going to look for is this. And I just started in this one here just, a month or two ago. And so I haven't really finished any pages. I've added a few things to a few of the pages. Like right here, we did a little wormhole. Let's see if I can just kind of flip and find a couple of them. This one's got like how many pages? Almost 400 pages in this book. And it's a variety. So it's not just one theme. So that's it's good if you like a variety of things to maybe get a book like this to play in rather than one that's just all one topic. So if you think you're going to get bored with doing the same thing, then get one that's got a variety. We have that little eye right there. Get a variety. So I've just kind of gone through here and, I might have a stack of images and I'll just pick something out like a Franken-cat getting struck by electricity and just glue him in. Here's these guys here. So it's just really fun. And to me, it's really relaxing. Here's this guy that was diving and they, I guess, snapped a picture of him. The plane was there and he was there. Well, we added, he's being carried off by a pterodactyl. Make it fun. Make it funny. I still got to finish this one. Let's see what else. Just kind of quickly flipping. Find some pages where I've glued something down. I know I got a dinosaur page in here somewhere. So I've started painting, did a little bit of, I just tacked it down until I get back to, back to it. Painted these clouds. Haven't done anything over here yet. So there's just so many different things you can do with collage. So you can just take some images and start on a page, or you can start on a blank page and just glue a whole bunch of random stuff and then paint it in. That's why it's mixed media, because I use paint too. So let's see, out of this. What do we add back here? Oh, added a little star. But when you go to gave her some thanks. When you go to finish, to do the whole page, when you're gluing all your major images on, what you want to do is matte medium the whole thing. That way you get rid of all the shine, right? This one, there's a little astronaut fighting off the Venus flytrap. Out of just some stars to some things. This one. Out of this, I smeared the stars on this. I closed the book before it was dry. Oh, here's our dinosaurs. So when I just did a little crevice. I painted in a crevice like they're falling in. So what else? We got this one. I'll paint this all in. And you see the silhouette right there. So it's like you can see the stars and everything going in on the silhouette. So I hope y'all getting some ideas. I glued this giant penguin in because these were there. So I just kind of glued him down. Glued her in. On the watch right there. I just like it just like this. Although I'd probably put watch hands extending out, but other than that, I like her just standing there on the time. I started adding some little water features, added this there. So again, here's some things we've been using. Maybe I'll take out this astronaut to use in our today's show, today's thing. So, all right, so there's some altered books and some starting from scratch, cutting down old pieces out of your art journal and then reusing them. So, yeah. So make sure you are writing them down. All right, so let me go back to this big sketchbook here that I pulled just to show you how we can move things around. So I did cut out a bunch of different things. I showed you some earlier. I showed you some different books. Let's kind of tilt that back down. I showed y'all some of the collage books that I use, and you can find them on Amazon. All right, so let's just pick a few things. I just cut out a bunch of mushrooms here. Oh, I did have one other journal here to show you because I put some collage things in my big 600-page journal. This thing is like 12 by 14, and it's like 3 inches thick, 600 pages. But I think I might be able to flip right to some of the... Well, all right, let me, you know what? I'm going to do a flip. I'm going to do a flip because there's some things in here I want you to see that might help you with some collage. Let's prop this up with the paint. That's too hot. There we go. Let's paint. I'm going to go ahead and flip through this too because, hi, Gary, because there's some things in here that have to do with collage and mixed media and paper, combining. So some of these are just my prints that I've sent out to you guys. I put one in here just to keep a copy of it. And then the rest are little drawings and stuff. There's my Inksectober. There's my lemurs and, some of my prints. So these are just kind of the beginning, some of the prints and stuff and some drawings, but we're going to kind of move into some of the collage stuff. But this sketchbook here, which I've got about maybe a quarter of the way done in here, couple hundred, maybe a couple hundred pages. But this is just kind of my catch-all book. So it's just maybe some little sketches, some little doodles, some little color combinations. I like these, just like these papers, these color combinations. So it's like a sketch. It's what a sketchbook's supposed to be, right? Ideas and stuff. So here's kind of an example. So here's some colored things that I like. I like the black, the gold, and the white, and the gray. And so I just kind of put together a bunch of pieces of paper, cutouts, painted circles, a little dot, just to make a page of those colors and some designs, some pattern, I should say. So if if you have pages and pages like something like this, I have another book that has like kimono prints in it. It was a composition book. And if you collect little, even some of them you can draw, some of them, this is a jelly plated piece of paper. I just scribbled those. That's a piece of paper out of a flow book or something. And so you collect these things in a book and just, then when you go to say, draw a little person, a little girl, a little pep in a park, and you go, I really need some kind of a pattern in her dress or some color combination. Well, if you have a book like this, again, Society of Idea Collectors, if you have a book like this, and you can always flip to it, don't ignore all the work that you've done over years and years and years and years, right? Don't ignore those pieces that you can go back to and pull from. How you doing? How you doing, guys? Yeah, if I missed anybody, thanks, guys, for being here. And then just some of them, like there was a little mouse in a book. I said, well, I'm going to draw this mouse. I drew some other ones around it. Then I turned it in. I wanted one that was more, stylized but more realistic, and then turn it into a cartoon. And if y'all want to see the best mice, Gary Shipman's Titan Mouse of Might books. But anyway. All right, so here I did a whole series of animals with their earbuds, but look, see how it's all like browns and golds and some black and white. Here's my four horses of the apocalypse. So I need to do my pages, glue some. Yeah, get started exactly. So, all right. So again, here's some stuff. I like these swirls. I like the colors and just some ideas. And then I got a little bit of a octopus arm in there and one over there. So, even and again, some of these, like this pig was from another book. And that sketchbook I deconstructed for some other stuff was in that. So I'm going to just take that out and put it in here. And then look, over here, I use paper to kind of just make some kind of stylized little, So there's Mrs. Pig and her little babies, the piglets. And so, yeah, again, different papers. So you can collage with papers. Here's a couple different emus. Some roosters, and y'all know, where's my newest book here? That's the only thing in my new book so far is another rooster. I don't know why. I love drawing roosters. I guess I said last time when I showed, I think it's the texture. I love the texture. Hi, Ashley. Big butt. Janet. And then I would just practice some of my, brush lettering with the marker or something. Hi, Kathy B. This one was done. This was a book. I think it was Helen Elliston's book on color pencil techniques. And she had little samples and little things that you could draw. I made it giant. I did this on a giant piece, bigger. And then I took it out of that book and I just taped it in here. So this is color pencil, some more roosters, some more color combinations. So this is just a sketchbook of different things. And then these I printed out small images. These are all originally these are like I think 11 by 14, these pieces. I did these for Inktober year before last, and I did Movie Monsters My Way. Well, I just printed out my favorite ones because there's 31 of them. I printed out my favorite ones and just put them in this book just to have them in my sketchbook, you know. So yeah, I don't think all 31 of them are in here, but some little polar bears, little sea dragons. We did these on stream, just playing with some little animals and some little sketches. More color combinations. All right, so here's some of the things that were out of the collage, the pink collage book I showed you. So I just kind of stuck them in here. I don't think they're glued in. I think they're just tacked down. And I just kind of recombined some stuff. So you can just see, and that's what I want to show here again today. Look, there's that little cat I showed you earlier. He's got the fish. So I just recombined some of them and put them in here. Just, you know, have some fun, play. Look, I put King Tut on top of that under sea diver. So you can just play around with different things. I had a couple other things in here I took out because I wanted to use them for something. But and this was an old piece right here. This was one of my eagles. This was done on our big scroll, which is just brown shipping paper. And I cut my scrolls down. Oh, thank you, Debbie. I cut my scrolls down into manageable pieces because it was too hard to get to the images, you know. So here, look, I tore this one out because I wanted to use this. Well, they're just tacked down, so I could take them out if I wanted to. So recombining some images. I did recut this one out this morning too. So, and then here's like 2-minute faces. Well, really, they're like, I call them 30-second faces, where you just do a circle, an oval, and then just divide it out. Like, let me show you. Let me get a pencil. Why not a penciling? Oh, here's a pen. Yeah. So these are all just done by just making an oval, making the face look the way direction you want it to, get some cheeks, a chin, and then you start, making a face out of it. So that's what all these are. These are all just done in pencil, but they're just like real quick little faces just to get your hand going, And there's some lizards and dinos and different things. So, but I really wanted to show you those paper combinations. This was something off of Pinterest. And yeah. So this one I just tacked in because it was too big. Same for this one. Some of my emus, some little mice. And this was some Christmas things we did one year. The little Christmas squirrel and the little Hanukkah camel. So yeah, quick little scribbles, how to make quick little jellyfish. Some manga stuff that I took off of Pinterest or something. Practicing off of Pinterest. So yeah, there's a little bit of everything in here. And again, there's my pea sloth. He's pretty old. And some more of my prints that I've given to you guys for thank yous. These are all thank you prints. Some more little there's some of my cards. I cut these down. This was last month's. There's my pea sloth again. Let's see. Some more little things that I just need to stick in. I think that's it. So anyway, these still need to be just double side taped in. So you can see all the different kind of things you can do with collage. All right. So what I wanted, it's almost 10:30. Let me go ahead real quick and do a BRB. Run down. I got to put something in the mailbox, and I want to take out the crock pot to thaw out. So give me just a minute. And then I want to show you my new book. All right. Be right back. Give me about 2 minutes. No, baby, can't go in there. Okay. Oh my gosh, what are cat toys around here? They bring them to me and drop them at my feet. All right. Oh, I catch my breath. Ran out to the mailbox. Plugged in the crock pot. So, thanks everybody that's here. Thanks everybody that's interested in collage and arting. Hi, CB. Jane Doe. Sorry, I just ran out the mailbox all the way at the end of the driveway. See, who else have I been missing? Said hi to Ashley and who else? So, you need a book called The Resurrection. It's the coolest book ever. Okay, I'm going to write that down, Ashley. Okay. All right, I wrote it down. Thanks, Ashley. All right, let's see. So, this one is fairly new. I think it came out in May. And it's called The Bookseller of Florence, the story of the manuscripts that illuminated the Renaissance. So it's about this one particular bookseller in the about 1425 or something. But anyway, I've only read a couple chapters because especially at the beginning of a historical book like this, I take my time for the first couple of chapters just so that I can kind of get the background established. You know, they have a map in here of the whole city and where the bookshops were and what was around at the different hospitals, churches, monasteries, you know, and all that. The river, the bridges, and right now they're talking about all this. The bridges and how they're built. You know, it's very in depth. I mean, this guy's very in depth in this. And so the first few chapters, I always take my time to get the city and everything established in my head before I, can start reading a little quicker. So I just started it yesterday, but it's, yeah. The Bookseller of Florence. You can, oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at the cover spine. Isn't that neat? Look at that. And Ross King is the author there. And I'll let you, if you want to pause it or zoom in or screenshot that, you can read the back. But anyway, so yeah, I just started that one. I thought I'd share that with you real quick. All right. Oh, and Janet's been doing leather work. I found something for you, Janet. I don't know if you're still in the room, but I found the letters for you to pound into the leather, these metal letters, and you just attach each one, just attach it to the little thing, and then you hammer on this end. So, yeah. Janet's been doing those little mini journals with leather. So, yeah, I got that out. So, oh, thank you, Bacola, little Snapdragon. Oh, the fan's kind of blowing my pages around here. Thank you, Bacola. I don't care. Okay, so let me I cut out a bunch of different things just to kind of show you. Again, you can start with just a blank page and you can just mess around and just practice. Just get you a big piece of white paper just to kind of move things around on and see what you pick out here. Let's move some of this off so I can start from fresh. Pick out a few things just to play with and see how you would like to move them around. So I'm not going to glue anything today. I really just want to kind of show you different elements and images and things that you can do. And again, you don't have to do a full-on painted collage like the ones I showed you in my mixed media books. If you just want a little collage vignette, something little that you want to just embellish an art journal page or your journal or your planner. You could do something as simple as this, on the corner of a page. You can do all, and again, move things around. That's why I cut these mushrooms apart. I wanted to show you that you can move things around. You can turn them over. You can make, you can just do so many kinds of things if you're playing with it. So you can just take your time and have a few, cut you out 30 or 40 little pieces and then just play with them for a while. And as you get ideas, like let's just say, I like the fish floating above the cat. You can put little bubbles, write it down or sketch it. Just a little doodle. Just put a little doodle with a little cat, just so you know it's a cat raising his arm with the fish and just a little fish icon, right? Just so that you know what you were talking about. Okay, so like this. Let's see, you got these shells, got different shells. And again, some leaves. Just, move things around, see what appeals to you. Do you like it looking like that? Do you like, it doesn't even have to have the top of the mushroom. It could be underneath. It could have the dog like on a carpet, so this is really what I wanted to convey today. Look at this little mushroom like this upside down. And just keep, move some things off and just shift them around. Have them like just right off to the side here where you can see what's going on. But you could have what are those fish? You could have a whole school of fish here. Maybe this one's coming off the page. Could fill a whole page like this. I think that's what I did at the beginning here. This first page. This is just kind of a work in progress kind of book. But here we go. This is like, here's the cover page so you can see. Just kind of whales in the space, kind of like, Star Trek, remember Star Trek, the movie with the, so, but anyway, you can just do all kinds of things here. So if you have any questions, ask, because I'm just kind of playing here just to give y'all some a feel for it. The cat could be holding the mushroom cap up in the air. Yeah, there we go. Where'd my little cat go? Here we go. Balancing it with a fish. And you could have the fish coming, you could cut the little edge there, have the fish coming out. uh, but y'all are getting the idea. You got the idea. All right. So let's see what else I just pulled over here. Now I didn't have time to cut everything out. Like I didn't cut the vacuum out. There's a couple things I didn't get time to cut out. The bathtub. I tried to cut out a lot of things, but I didn't have time to cut out everything here that I pulled out of those 3 books. There's another robot. So, just use your imagination. So if you wrote this down in your Society of Idea Collector, toy robot, astronaut, an old vintage vacuum, a claw tub, a boat. Here's a thing they are portraying in the collage world as the Tower of Babel. So just if you write these down, recombine them in a list, and just like see what happens. I mean, let's do this. Again, I did not cut some of these out. I tried to cut as many as I could, but let me just cut this top here so you can kind of get the idea. So I hope y'all are getting some inspiration, some ideas, and even if it's not for collage, whether it's for just a sketch idea, a doodle idea, a drawing idea, whatever it is, you don't have to just do it the way I'm showing you. See, there we go. That. And I know there's a little glare. I thought I had didn't I put a paint bottle under there? Let's put another one. It must have rolled away. There we go. Keep the glare off. Okay, here's a cat. And where's that one? I just dropped it. Where'd you go? Come back here, kitty. In the bathtub. Yeah. Oh, yes. Devin said, no, who was it? Jane said, cat doing a backstroke in the bathtub. Of course, you'd want to cut this down. Let me show you. Well, let's just put a little cut in there. Cat doing the backstroke. So yeah, you can do a lot of things. I wish I had time to cut everything out, but of course I didn't. I cut all this other stuff out pretty much this morning. Let's see what else. And again, if you want to start with some kind of a background, you can. There's calendar pages. These right here. These 2 are Catherine Anderson's. These 2 are Catherine Anderson's book pages. I think this one is 2. This is a bigger one. This is from Catherine Anderson as well. Let's just get a bigger one here, and just do I showed earlier. Maybe this little dog maybe he's falling out of the sky. But if you just do this kind of stuff, it will fuel your imagination. You think, I don't have an imagination, I can't think of that stuff. Well, cut a bunch of stuff out. Just take the first step, cut a bunch of stuff out, and start moving it around. Start. And here's this one too. Oh, our astronaut's a little big for that one, but what else do I have cut out here? Got this one. Turn things upside down. Maybe he's trying to rescue his dog. You know, maybe his dog was on the tether. You could draw that tether coming over to the dog. He's got his dog on the tether. Trying to rescue that dog. And I cut out tons of mushrooms. And here's a leaf. Let me get some of those other backgrounds here. Let's just move those over here. I've got a couple of calendar pages here. Some different forest pictures. But look, what if we turn this upside down? Put stars down here. You know, maybe this, where'd our astronaut go? Move things around, shift them around. Stars down here. Maybe there's a leaf. Maybe he's got that leaf right there. See, and if you just play, just move things around and play with things, you'll get ideas. All right, let's see. Am I missing anything in chat? I don't see any. Haven't seen any caps. All right, let's see. We got the Tower of Babel thing here. We got. So anyway, I just keep shifting things around. Let's get a different background. Here's another tree. Cat climbing the tree. And again, you could cut the area where you can make him, you know, be coming out from behind the tree. You know, something just as simple. It just looks pretty, you know, doesn't necessarily have to be a story all in and of itself. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's see, what else do I have over here? Throw a giraffe on it. I'd probably turn this like I'd probably paint in another what you call it, branch there. All right, let's see. Are y'all getting the idea? Rachel, yeah. Yeah, it can be so many things, you know. It's what's in your imagination. And don't tell me you don't have an imagination. Okay, so we got, you know, I cut out some marbles that are, you know, can be planets. Let's see. And of course, we have doors. You know, Catherine Anderson has tons of doors. You could cut this like, get these scissors. And her doors, most all of her doors in her books are double-sided. So if you cut one and you want it to open, then you could have it open and still have the door on the other side. But I'm just kind of doing this to kind of fit this astronaut in there. better. Could have an eclipse. And you got, just some random textures. So you see, just by going with blue. And again, I need to prop this up because it's got a glare. There we go. Bye, Devin. Anybody else? Yeah, I like the double-sided doors too, Tina. So, let's see what else we got. I mean, I just got, I just randomly picking things here. We have I've cut out a lot of shells. Here's a hammerhead shark. These are Catherine Anderson as well, these shells. She has I think she might even have a whole book of shells. Mix it up. See what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? Is this giving y'all any help? I hope it's giving y'all some help. What else did I cut out over here? I'll turn that into a spaceship. Let's see. Boats, more shells, some blue shells. Again, this kind of looks. And of course, the book's got statues, you got buildings, you got architecture, you have, just so much. But just play around with it and move things around until you like something. And if you don't even want to tack it down, then just take a picture of it. Just take a picture on your phone. Move it over into Procreate and play with it in, a program. Let's see, put some more doors here. Let's cut this one down. Got a door. Maybe the gates are down here. Maybe I'll have one. Maybe some leaves on the side. Some, fish. You can there's so many things you can do. You can just do everything. The mushrooms could be columns on the sides here. Tilt it like a little bit like an umbrella. And just keep moving things around till you find what you like. Fish. Another umbrella. Another mushroom here. More shells. Do you have any questions or anything? Are we, or any ideas that you want to share with anybody? Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure what somebody's talking about. It's whatever you want it. Yeah, it's whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be, it can just be a story in your head. Just move things around until you find something that you get to makes you think, makes you have a little imagination. Just use all your elements for that purpose. You don't have to glue it. Just take a picture of it, and then you'll have it for a reference later if you need an idea. Let's see what else is under here. I cut quite a bit of stuff out to play with. They could be like the trees outside of a hotel. The decorations or whatever. All right, let's see what else. Got watches. I mean, I haven't cut this out yet, but look at that cool looking vacuum cleaner. Um, um, or like this, or like this, probably. Yeah. All right. I'm trying to see what else I cut out. And if you cut out a door or something, you still have the arch left. That can be used as well. Shroom trees, yeah, shroom trees. Hi, Jeff Potts. And yeah, just shifting things around. Just keep moving things around. And the more you play with it, guys, trust me, the more you do these kind of things, the easier you're going to see stuff. The easier you're going to see things take shape. The more you do it. I haven't cut this guy out yet either. Maybe he's in the bathtub. Let's see. And cut this car out. Yeah. And then here's just like a little doorway. And maybe he's. I'll use these scissors. Yeah, let me trim them out just a little. It doesn't have the same effect if you got a white border around it, in my opinion. So let's just get rid of that white border. At least where he's coming out of the doorway. Hi, Abigail. Let me just sip on my juice, guys. So again, if you're just joining us, this is just some collage ideas, different ways to do collage, whether it's in a book, a mixed media book, an altered book, whether it's just starting from scratch, whatever way you do it. I'm just kind of flipping things different ways so you get different ideas. Maybe this could have a couple of these little ones cut out if I could find them. I was thinking they could be one on each side of the door. I'm not sure where the other ones are. Oh, here's a little one here. And then you could have a little person standing here. You know, I didn't cut out a lot of uh, people or animals other than the fish. I didn't cut out a lot of selection of people, which I could do. We could pick out a couple of retro people. Wouldn't that make a great entrance to a hotel? Yeah. Put this one down here. And then, let's see. I'll cut something out and just throw it out there so to make y'all smile. Oh, here come the kitties. Probably going to bring me some more toys. Oh, this would have been a good one. She would have been a good one to use with that vacuum cleaner. Oh. Let's see. I'm just flipping through. Do I find something in the reading chat? Oh, this one might be a good. Let me cut her. Cut her out and maybe one other. When you have people in action doing things, it makes it more the story be more obvious, which I don't necessarily like to have that, but let's see. Oh, here's another. Well, yeah, maybe. It's just this one I don't have to fussy cut. I'll just have to just do this. Let's see, I need to cut this side out. All right, while you're looking at that one, I'll cut this other one out. Yeah, Jane. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to fussy cut this one out. We won't be here much longer. I appreciate all y'all that have hung around to talk and play a little bit of collage and give you some mixed media collage ideas and practice this. I wanted to do this kind of thing here so that you could see how you can practice your collage, that you don't necessarily have to glue everything down right away. You can shift it around, take some pictures, or just tack it down lightly until you decide. Let's see. I'm just cutting this out. It takes a minute to fussy cut things. I don't like to hurry too much, but just y'all sit here and listen to me cut. There we go. All right. My vacuum, I always believe I'm sucking up the dust monsters. Well, if you looked at them under a microscope, you probably would, for real say you really are. Okay, so let's move the ballerina, and maybe we got the shells. And we got her diving in. Oh, the shell makes it look like she's not cut out. So let's see. Maybe she's jumping. Uh, so let's move her into another world. Let's move her to the beach. Let's move her to a bigger beach. And maybe she's going to dive into a shell. You're giving Janet anxiety, all that Microsoft. Oh, yeah, Tina, you're right. We better quit talking about dust mites. Dust mites might send Janet over the edge. Oh, might send Janet over the edge. Okay, let's see what else I got over here in the other collage. And again, if I'm going to recommend one collage book other than the different Catherine Anderson ones, where you're going to buy different, like you can buy a book of doors, windows, she's got everything. Her pictures are amazing. And I would recommend any Catherine Anderson book. But if you're going to just buy one book with a lot of different type whatever, then this is probably the best one. Extraordinary Things to Cut Out in Collage by Maria Rivens, because it's got so many different things. It's just got, buildings, shells, flowers, food. It's just got so much of a variety, I should say. It's got such a variety. Okay, so let's see. All right, let's see here. Let me cut this little piece out. Are y'all enjoying this? I mean, it's kind of a chill day because I'm not really making any collage. I'm just like demoing some different ways to do collage. So I hope y'all got something out of it. Wrote some ideas down in your Society of Idea Collector notebooks. Oh, sweet. Or she could be, let's see, instead of diving into a shell, what did Janet say? Oh, I missed it. Hi, Dot. Hope you're doing well. I missed what Janet said. She probably removed it. No, she did. I know Janet wouldn't remove it because she doesn't care. I don't know what she said. I didn't see it. It's still going. She's diving for the pie. And the magnet. Oh, wait. Let's see. Where's the? I don't know where it is. Oh. Oh my goodness. Or let's see. It's just so fun to play with it all. It's just you can just tell story after story. All right, let's see what else we got. We can work with for the next few minutes. There's all kinds of rockets and planets and all kinds of machinery and, of course, motorcycles, boats, planes, buses. There's a double-decker bus. There's cars, like, let's see here. Looking through here, looking. So, of course, Mona Lisa, hands. I thought I'd cut out some more hands over here. Like here, we can catch her. Catch her. Or maybe the astronaut, which I didn't finish cutting out. What are you doing over there, baby? What are you doing? Just sitting on the paper? I know. All right, let's cut this little guy out a little better. Got to have the arm go off the edge so it doesn't look like it's a floating arm. You're giving tons of. Oh, I hope so, Debbie. Thank you. I'm doing my best. But look, like this, it has a whole page full of arms and hands, all kinds of heads. I mean, this book just has tons of stuff. A lot of black and white images, old vintage images. And of course, don't forget that vacuum cleaner. Look, even got Diana, well, the Supremes. I don't think Diana Ross is. There's a Supremes. I hear you, baby. This is the girl. We used her in a collage, one of the collages, recently. All right. So I'm trying to see if there's anything else I could tell you that would give you some more ideas. All right, let's take this big shell. For instance, you got this big shell. There's some bigger pages, like there's some soup, the shell. There's a big giant cat. These are in the back. Here's a fish bowl. That would be a good one. Let's take out the fish bowl. I think Colleen, didn't you use this fish bowl in one of your collages? I don't know if Colleen's still here. I think Colleen used this fish bowl. Didn't you, Colleen, in one of your collages? I think it was Colleen. It could have been Kathy Bird. All right, let's see here. I'd cut this to make it look like he's in the fish bowl, but his head's above water. What else? Yeah, there's other scenery in the back of this one as well. Like, let's tear this one out, for example. So you got the fish bowl, you got the astronaut. Oh, yeah, the girl diving. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh. So for real, there's so much stuff. She's going to go there. She's going to dive. Let's see, what else do we have? I was trying to pull a nice selection to show you guys, just for different ideas. I haven't cut this one out, but I love this little toy robot. No, baby, you don't need in there. All right, let's see. Maybe one of these little doors in here. That one's too. Oh, this one maybe. That one's good. All right. Well, kind of run out of what I wanted to do today, guys. Y'all have any questions? Do you want to see anything else? Let me pick some of this stuff off the floor. Do y'all have anything else y'all want to see, show, talk about? Just holla and I will drag it out. I will drag it out if you have something else you want to see or talk about. I'm looking at all my pieces that I cut out today, trying to. Let's see. Go. Put a little fish in there or something else odd. Or we could always, she's always diving for that pie. She's always diving for that pie. Or we can put watch. those at? Let's see. It needs to be round, I think. And this is Dee Dee on vacation. Yeah, well, we have a lot of stuff going on in the family right now. And again, don't forget to pray for my mom. If you're a praying person, pray for my mom. Let's see. Okay. Now, I think I've shown y'all everything I've pulled out, pretty much. I think. Seen all the fish, the mushrooms, the planets. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that we could swap out here that we haven't done yet. Thank you, Abigail. All right, guys. Well, do y'all have any questions or anything? Comments? Anything before we go? I will be glad to stay for a few more minutes if you do. I stuck my apple stickers on that journal. This is the one I was looking for. This color, this blue color. Let's see. Yeah, this was the last thing I actually sketched. It was this rooster. I did this last week before Denise and I drove to Florida. We went to Tallahassee for a couple days to take Boo down her stuff for college. And okay. No, I wrote this. Make sure to tell them person, place, and thing. And a person is anything alive, person, place, and thing, plus a background, and you have a start of a collage. It's not hard to start one. I got this note. Got that book from Ashley. Thank you, Debbie. Thanks, Darlene. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. But, I just thought it would be kind of fun to give you some ideas for how to start a collage, with whether you start one in a book, like the abandoned, altered books that I showed you, or whether you start it from scratch, like I did in the Delusions. I never can think of that name. The Delusions. Or whether you start with just a calendar page on the back as a background. What other ways? I'm just trying to think anything else that I might have had for. I did this little collage a couple weeks ago. I don't know, maybe, it's probably been a couple weeks. This will go in the trash. I started this one. Let me stick this stuff in here real quick. So I did this one. It's all, every one of those little pieces are individual. So, it's a little individual collage there. And I'm starting, I think I showed y'all this one when I started this. This is starting a time forest. So I got that one going. What else? Well, that may be all to show today, guys. Let me stack it all up. No questions? I did put together, I'll show you this real quick if you all want to see it. And if I go on the road, if I want to take, I packed it to take to Florida, not knowing how much time we'd be, have, how much, just leeway, we'd have as far as time goes down there. what Boo was doing. We're going to be waiting around. We're going to be what? So I did pack a little box to take of art supplies. So I'll show you what I did pack to take. I was going to take this, the little sketchbook. I was going to take that little sketchbook, and I packed a little, this is what I was going to take. So just so y'all can see what I would take if I was on the road. So, okay. So if you stuck around, I'll show you. It's just one of those little art bins. So Jana will love this. Yeah, there's that shell, Jane. Yeah. This is one of those little art bins. I think I got it for like $7 or $8 at Hobby Lobby. And it, you know, also if you want to really pack a nice, if you really want to keep your art supplies in some kind of box like this one's not very big, as you can see. It's not very big, about tall as my hand. And look for fishing tackle boxes because they're usually cheaper than art bins, you know, or art boxes. And you can get those tackle boxes in every kind of size from little like this to like, you know, if you've ever seen tackle boxes, you can pack a tackle box with a lot of stuff. So I whittled this down. I went through these 2 big bins of pens and pencils, plus some other things, and whittled it down to this. So I'll show you what I got in here. So it's Janice, I'm waiting. Janet, by the way, are you streaming today? And if so, what are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? Janet streams at 1 in about an hour and 45 minutes. She streams at 1 Eastern, but I have no idea what she's going to be doing. All right, so I'm going to show you on my travel box, okay? What's the name of the book that you're using right now? The red book? You mean the sketchbook? This one? The sketchbook? I'm not sure. Or the one I'm reading, Nancy. This one? This one, I think, is it Arteza? No, it's not Arteza. What is this one? This one is, do I keep I used to try to keep this is Ohuhu paper pads, and it comes with a plastic so that you can use the Ohuhu alcohol markers, right? And so when they bleed through, it's pretty thick paper though, but if it bleeds through, you have this protector sheet, but that's what this one is. Okay. You're going to probably do a quick watercolor? Okay. So I just keep this in here. I don't really do markers in this, but you know, it's nice to have in there. And it has a strap. And I think it's what, 8 by 8? Let me measure for you. I should have looked at the thing, but I didn't. Let me get the screw. Oh, I can't reach it. There we go. So it is, let me get it going the right way. It is 8.5 by 8.5. Come on, ruler. 8.5 by 8.5. And so I like it because it's white paper. A lot of these nowadays have cream paper. I don't want cream paper. I like white paper, like Moleskines. They have cream paper, right? Okay, yes, this is my travel tote. And you know how much I travel? I don't travel. I don't very rarely travel. But I got this together in case I wanted to take to Florida, but I didn't even end up taking it. I took a book and, you know, Denise did all the driving. Denise took Hubster's Blazer and drove us all the way to Tallahassee herself. And we had fun. You know, we just had fun. So here we go. So this is what I have. I'm going to show you everything that I have. I'm going to show you the top first. There's a little pull-up in here. So here we go. In the top section, and let me prop this up, and then I'll just put it over in that side. Okay. All right. Same totes at Walmart, but I agree. Look at the fishing department. Yeah. You know, just compare. Depends on what size you want. You want something big. See, I don't use these kind of cases. You know, you've seen my pin wall right here, right? I don't need a big travel thing, because I don't keep all my stuff in it. And by the way, Arlene, are you here? Did you get those old paintbrushes? She may have already gone to bed. All right, so I put one water brush because you'll see what's on the underneath. So I have a water brush, one little glue stick, a couple of different size Poscas because these are like my babies. There, my Poscas. My new Lamy pen has blue ink in it though. I'm gonna either have to hurry up and use the blue ink, Janet, or I'm gonna have to just go ahead and dump that blue ink out, or replace it, because I want black ink. But this is my new Lamy, so I got that in there. A ballpoint pen. My big ballpoint pen. I might have two of those. And yeah, I've got one because this one's almost, actually, I don't even need this one because this one's almost out. Let's just keep the one in there. A ballpoint pen. My twistable pencil with an eraser. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Tina. Yeah. A purple Bic pen that writes purple. This writes purple. I don't know why this is in here. I don't know that I'll ever use it, but it's got the big giant lead. So if I want to do any kind of big sketching, I have a thicker lead, I can do thin too, but so I have that in there just because it has a thick lead. And then I have my graph gear with the blue lead and some two different kinds of blue lead replacement. One's a lighter blue and one's a darker blue. So I have my Graph Gear 07 blue lead sketching pencil. I have a couple of different, this is the, the Signo, brush pen. This is the thin one. I have this is the gold one. I have a gold and silver. I have the gold. Oh, here it is. So these are the gold and silver art brush pens that are very, very thin. So just like if you just want to do, let's see, let me find something here. Let's find a little something here to show you what I mean. Okay, so let's just do a little black Sharpie here. All right. So I have a black Sharpie thing here. And if I just want a tiny bit of gold, little gold edge, you can get this very thin, very thin. So this is the gold one and the silver one. And again, you can get it it's not going to show up probably on camera, but it is gold and silver. Then a Sharpie pen, just a Sharpie pen, which do not go through any papers. Sharpie pen, not a marker. Then I have a couple of the Japanese brush, this one's the plastic nib one, like you can do brush lettering. And then I have the regular brush pen, might be in the bottom. Couple of brushes, couple of paint brushes, pencil eraser, sharpener that has the different size. Although I didn't pack any color pencils at all. Maybe black and white. Yeah, here's black and white. I did a black and a white Prismacolor. Where's the black? ASMR moment. Shh. Okay. I think there's a black and white Prisma. Then I got, this is the Stabilo pencil that's water activated. A couple more thin brushes, tiny brushes. Oh, here's another one of the Japanese tiny and larger brush. So these are just ink pens, right? Black ink pens. I just like all my Japanese pens, so I put a lot of them in here. I'm not allowed to eat all these. This one's a black with a gray. This has a black and a gray. Another, see, I don't need all these paint brushes. I can get rid of that one out of here. Then I have my my platinum fountain pen, black, very fine tip. So I have that one. And I have another Japanese brush pen. Oh, a gray Prisma. I have a gray Prisma. my converters for my Lamy pen, the regular Pentel brush pen, yeah, Tina. And this is another one from this, just a little thin writing one from Japan. And all the Japanese ones I got from Jet Pens. Okay, so Jet Pens. All right, so let's go ahead and put these back. Pencil. I tried to have the brushes and pencils on one side. And the glue stick, sharpener, pen, brushes. Pencil, eraser, pen, pen, pencil, pencil, pen, pen, pen. Here's my. Okay, so that's on the top. Okay. Hi, Judio. Then you take off the little top. Then under here are my non-essentials. These are my essentials. These are my non-essentials. I mean, they're still kind of essential, but they're not as essential as this. If I had to pick the top or the bottom, I would take these. Throw these in a pencil case. But then here's my extras. So I got the different watercolors that Janet has sent me, and then some of them are just some other extras too. But so I got these watercolors that fit in here, nice and thin, very compact. Then I have 3 shades. Whoops, I guess that can go down now. Oh, no, I need to move it. Okay. Then I bought 3 shades of, 2 shades of gray and 1 black Copic markers, just to have the grays if I want to base any shading, right? So I have the 3 Copics. The toolbox has the tray that folds out. Yeah, and fishing tackle boxes do that too. Tackle boxes fold out. Okay, the Faber-Castell fine point brush tip. I have the Unipen gray. And I think I have this one in the top too. I got 2 of those then. Then for some other color, I just picked, other than some pencils in here, and the watercolor, there's another Uni Gray. These 3. Remember I showed you these that I bought just recently? The Pentel brush art markers, the teal, the black, and the brown. This is another Japanese, just a writing pen. Then I got all my Collage. I said I didn't bring color pencils, but I lied. I brought Collage in here, which are erasable pencils for sketching. So I didn't really bring these to color with. I brought them more for sketching. So if I want to sketch with any colors, I have my set of Collage are all in here. So these are all my Collage colors. And I didn't really need the white, but it's because I couldn't separate it from the herd. You know, I don't really need the white because I have the white Prisma, and I probably will never use this white Collage, but I couldn't separate it from the herd. So these are the Collage colors that I have. Then I have a blue, a purple, a red, big pen for sketching as well. It's more a sketch box than, anything. Gray, Pentel pen. Oh, and I got the black Pentel pen. I forgot about that. And then I got some of the microns and the pen. What is it called? The Uni pen. Some microns and Uni pen in case I want to do any ink. Detail inking, an extra pencil. Black. An extra, this doesn't really need to be in here. I got 2 at the top, but I threw 1 in there. I don't need these extra, maybe 1 extra black Bic, not 2. I already got another one of these pencils. I don't need another one of those. Some more microns, Uni pens, Sharpie, just Sharpie, Faber-Castell, and then some more of the Japanese brush pens. Japanese brush pen, Micron. So that is everything in my travel case. So what did y'all think? How's that? There we go. My little travel case. This and this. Oh, and this. So that's my travel set right there. All right, now I'm done. Never have enough supplies. Darlene. I don't think Darlene see my wall. I'm not going to show my wall. Too embarrassed to show my wall. So, I mean, if this is all I had, I could fill these sketchbooks up like crazy. There's other things I couldn't do, but I have no collage anything in this. I didn't even put a pair of scissors in there. So, all right, guys, a water dish. Well, I actually could put this in there if I wanted to. Where is it? Denise cleaned out a whole bunch of my trays. I could put this in there. Y'all know those little Easter egg? I should put this in there. The little Easter egg things that you dye Easter eggs in? I don't know if they still make these anymore, but it's just a little water. It's to make this made for Easter eggs, but it's a collapsible little water jar thing. So I will go ahead and put that down here in the bottom. There we go. So now I have the water cup. There we go. All right. Is that good? All right. I don't need a cloth. I got a shirt on. Just kidding. Just kidding. But thanks, Jane Doe, for the water dish reminder. Okay, you ready? I'm going to show you. All right. I'm going to move the camera. So don't anybody get upset, right? Okay. Let me unpinch it from the cord here. So I got the cord here. Okay, here we go. All right, so here, let me back up. So here are my paints and pens and markers. Okay, so there we go. All right. All right, let's put this back up, clamp my cord back up, and there we go. All right. Okay, CV. So anyway, I will head on out. See you at Janet's in about an hour and a half. And hope y'all have a good day. Thanks everybody for being here. And yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you at Janet's. Bye.